Hello everybody, Uber Lady Charlotte. It is 9:15 at night and I'm getting ready to head back home. So in a moment you won't see my face at all because it'll be dark. But I had to tell you guys what happened. Alright, the goal tonight after I get off work was to make $25. I figured if I made $25 a day for the next 6 days, then I have the money for that last bill. So I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna get it. I'm not worried about it. But tonight was a doozy. I just left the airport and I ran into another one of those security personnel, and I don't know what's going on with them. I really don't. But they just really cranky. Well, maybe standing outside all day or dealing with people doing dumb stuff. I mean, that could get to you. I can understand it. People asking you dumb questions, or I'm not gonna say dumb questions. People asking a lot of questions, because no question is a dumb question. And I guess they tend to, after a while, take it out on anybody. So this is what happened. So number one, I've been out here since I think 7, and I mean I'm just trying to make this $25 so I can go home. So I said, okay, let me go on out to let me just go out to Harrisburg, which is about 5 minutes from me, maybe 4 minutes for me, the Harrisburg line. So I drive over there because there aren't any other cars over there. And I know this because I pulled up the Uber app, passenger Uber app, and that's how I see how many drivers are in a different area. So I won't go to that area. I try not to, if I can help it. Alright, so I ride out to Harrisburg, which I say is like 5 minutes down the street from me, the line. And there's nothing. I'm like, okay, so let me head down toward the pavilion. That's going through Harrisburg, headed to Charlotte. So I'm doing that. Nothing. Alright? So I'm like, well, shoot. This is getting crazy. Remember, I only have $14 worth of gas. So it's not even a full tank. I need like 20 for a full tank. So I have 14 in there. Alright, so then I'm like, well, let me get on the highway and just, maybe I'll get something between the highway and heading over to Highway 29. Which is still relatively near my house. So I'm like, all right, so I'm riding, doing the speed limit, because I don't want to miss anybody, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, it is crunch time. It is crunch time. So I'm like, I just got to bite the bullet, and I got to go back out to Charlotte, to the airport. Now, it's been a while since I've gone to the airport at night. I kind of don't even like to drive at night anymore. I do it when my money's funny. Then I will, but I just particularly don't enjoy it. So, especially a Monday through Friday, Alright, so I'm heading over to the airport, and I finally get a ping, and I'm 24 minutes from the airport. Alright, so I'm like, okay, maybe it was in Huntersville at this point. So I'm like, maybe they'll go somewhere, maybe something good happened. Well, I pick up a young man from school. He's at basketball practice, some type of practice. I think it's basketball practice. Alright, well, I took him down the street, 8 minutes, so that was like $4.25. I'm like, dang. So, I mean, that's a start. I do 5 more $4 trips, then, I'll have my $25. So, I'm still looking at the glass that's half full. Alright, so I take him home. We have a great conversation. Young man was very, very nice. Very mannerable, just a very nice kid. Reminded me of that dude that played on, I think he's got some Mario Lopez. He's got the deep dimple. The dude looks just like Mario Lopez. So then after that, I'm like, I'm 24 minutes from the airport. Let me just head over that way. So I go to the airport, and I sit in the airport parking lot for about maybe about 30-40 minutes. But I don't care. It's okay, because I'm able to close my eyes. I'm able to relax, because I haven't really relaxed since I got off work. Because when I got home, I had to cook and I washed the dishes up, and then I was back on the street. Well, I've put up something on YouTube, listening to love songs. I love R&B love songs, so I'm listening to that, and I got the seat reclined, and I'm just trying to relax. And there are over 40 cars at the airport. Over 40, but the ID was, the queue says 25 plus, but Charlotte Douglas Charlotte Douglas International Airport just opened up a whole new parking lot. So there's 2 parking lots now for Uber and Lyft. So now there's like a sea of cars. So I'm like, dang, I could probably take a nap and go to sleep. But planes started coming in pretty fast, and I talked to Dad's on the phone for a little bit, and he was like, you just need to come on home. You just need to go home because it ain't nothing out there. I'm like, no, I gotta find it. But when he called, I was number 15. So I had to reject his phone call and call him on my personal phone because I didn't want to get knocked out the queue. I waited all that time and now I'm 15. So I'm talking to him. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down. All right, so now it's time for me to go pick up my passenger. So I'm getting on over there. I'm like, dang, I hope they're going, a long way and not too far in the opposite direction. Because I'm like, after this trip, airport trip, I'm taking my rusty, dusty tail home. I don't even want to be out here no more. All right, so I do that. I get over there, pick up the young lady. Now, we have a zone that we have to pull into, Zone D. And it's crowded with cars down there, and I'm looking at Zone D. So I'm trying to make it over to Zone D, but there's a car in front of me that is stopped. Now, with that car being stopped, there's nothing I can really do because I'm behind that car. So I'm looking for the person, and the person is a male's name, so I'm looking for a guy. Rico. I'm looking for Rico. All right. So there's a young lady. She's looking at her phone, but she's talking on her phone. So I'm thinking, well, she's looking at me, but it ain't me because I'm not talking to her. But I'm just used to the customer calling you. So I'm like, I'm not talking to her. So she can't be looking at me. Now, I'm not in the lane that I need to be in. I'm in the middle lane because I need to wait until I can pull over into Zone D. Because that's where we pick up. I know this. Well, she comes out to the car and she taps on the window and she was like, Rico? And I said, yes. So I'm looking at her and she's got a lot of bags. I'm talking about, she looks like a road warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like she travels a lot, or she's going to be gone for a very long time. So I popped the trunk, and then here comes security. Rit, rit, rit. That's the whistle. Rit, rit, rit. And he's yelling at me. Number one, don't yell at me. Don't yell at me because I'm not going to receive nothing you saying. Nothing. When you talk to me like an adult, then I can get with you. But don't yell at me. So he's yelling, and so it's like, I don't understand nothing he's saying. I just don't like his tone of voice. So he was like, you gotta move. But she's putting her stuff in my trunk. She had a lot of stuff. I said, sir, I'm sorry. I know where I'm supposed to be. Mind you, Thaddeus on the phone. I done threw the phone down in the seat, forgot he was still on the phone. And so I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna pull off and drag her. She's putting her stuff in my trunk. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. But she started putting her stuff in the trunk before I can get over there. So he's like, but if I give you a ticket? I said, sir, do what you gotta do. If you gotta give me a ticket, do what you gotta do. But I'm not gonna pull off and drag her while she's putting her stuff in the trunk. And this is a tiny little girl. She's not a little girl, but she's tiny. Like about the size of my pinky. Like a -22. And so, next thing you know, he said, well, if I give you a ticket, I said, do what you gotta do. Do whatever you gotta do. Thaddeus on the phone, I hear him saying, oh, oh, no, he didn't. Excuse me. So I can't talk to Thaddeus because it's going down. So finally the girl jumps in and she's like, can't you see I'm putting my stuff in the trunk? How is she supposed to move and I'm loading my stuff in the trunk? He looks at her and he says, this is your fault. And I'm looking like, you can't talk to the customer like that. She's an airline customer. You can't talk trash to her. And she was like, fuck you. And I'm like, oh no. I always feel like somehow all that hostility, it's going to back up on me. That's how I feel. I'm going to get caught up in the crosshairs, and it's going to be devastating for me. It works out that way. It's going to be devastating for me. So I'm sitting in my seat, and I'm looking at him, and whipping my head back, looking at her. She's standing outside the car, arguing with him. He looking at me, and he's like, it's okay. This is your fault. And I'm like, oh my God. I just want to hit the gas and just drive. I just want to drive off. I'm like, I'm going to take my rusty dusty tail back to the house because this is too much. That is talking about screaming in the phone. Sound like you're in a war zone. Something like that. I'll call you back. All right. So the young lady get in the car. I'm mad. I done started sweating. That's how mad I am. All I was out here trying to do, it just made me some little Uber money. Uber everywhere. That's all I was trying to do. But I feel like I done been in a war. I done been in a fight, a war. It ain't nobody even touched nobody. Then I think I'm coming down with something. I feel croupy. You hear my voice? I sound like a dude, but I'm out here still just trying to beat the pavement down. I'm just trying to make it. Oh, then we get to the hotel. Good thing the lady was going my direction. I'm only like 15 minutes away from my house after just dropping her off. So it all worked out. God worked it all out. All right, so now we're heading to her hotel. And she's from California, and she's really nice. But from what I gathered, she's dependent on meeting this guy. I mean, this chick got a lot of clothes. Like, she gonna be here for like 2 months or something. So she's like, can you take me to Walgreens before we go to my hotel? And I said, sure. So we go over there, and she gets some things, and I'm thinking she gonna buy condoms. But, she still came out with a couple of little things, So I'm like, all right. So I'm waiting. Take her back to her hotel. It took a long time at Walgreens too. But go back to her hotel, and she's like, before you leave, can you just wait for me? I mean, I need to know that my money got put on the card. So she put some money on the net spend card. But by the time we got to the hotel again, we went to the hotel, not again. I took her to Walgreens first, then we had to go to the hotel. Well, her $190 wasn't on there. And she was about to cry. And she's like, I know he did not do this to me. I know he did not do this to me. So I said, didn't do what? So she's like, nothing. Chick looked like she might have been about 25, but she looked more like she was 14, but she was 25. She was just tiny and petite. So she's like, I know this dude did not do this to me. So I can hear the frustration in her voice. It sounded like she trusted somebody to come from California all the way over here, not in a flex. Because she called the dude's phone, went straight to voicemail. And I'm thinking, oh no, this is bad. It's not my business, but I'm thinking, this is bad, this is horrible. So she's like, if possible, can you just sit here with me until I make sure this money goes through? So I said, sure, sweetie, I'll sit here with you. After the airport and you defending me, I'll sit here and wait on you. So I did just that. And she was like, my money isn't on there. She's like, he was supposed to put $190 on there. My money not on here. I guess she was going to use that for the incidental fee at the hotel. And so I'm just sitting there reading comments from you guys. And I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, what am I going to do? Not that I had to do anything, but I had already decided what I was going to do. So she called customer service, and NetSpend took forever to get her connected to anybody. And she just kept calling. Finally, the phone rang, and she was like, I just had money put on at the Walgreens, and, whatever they did, however they did it, but she had money put on at the Walgreens. Somehow the boyfriend the dude supposed to put it on there. I don't know how they worked that out. But the lady said, well, I'm sorry, but I don't see a pending transaction. I don't see a transaction or a pending transaction. And she was like, what? She was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't see anything. Maybe you didn't put it on there. So the girl, I seen her start wiping her eyes. I'm like, oh no. So after that, within a second, the girl said, never mind, thank you, I see it. When you get that lump in your throat, you can hardly talk. I could tell she had that lump in her throat. She was devastated. And she was like, no, I see it, it's okay, I see it. So she said, thank you anyway, and she hung up on the lady. And I'm like, sweetie, I'm so glad that worked out for you. I said, but I was not going to leave you at this hotel. I was just going to take you to my house, and you could have stayed in another bedroom until you worked out your situation. And she was like, I thank you so much. She said, and I would have went with you too, because I trust you. I would have went with you. And I said, it's all right. Now I'm glad to know that it all worked out for you. And she's like, thank you so much. And she gave me a $4 tip. So I'm taking my ass home. It's too much. I was just trying to get out here, like I said, make me a little portion, because I can't get nobody to buy my things. I'm trying to sell my things, and nobody want to pay me a good price for my things. So I'm gonna go home, take a shower, get on the bed, watch B-rated movies, and then I think I'm gonna try to work the work crowd in the morning. I'm gonna get up about 5:30, get out there on the street. Maybe earn my $25 first thing in the morning. The wee hours try to earn it, because I don't think I'm cut out for this at night stuff no more. It was just so, or maybe I just gotta stay from the airport. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning on the way to work. All right, bye.